The Mayflower set sail from Plymouth, England in 1620, embarking on a historic voyage that would change the course of history. On board were 102 passengers, known as the Pilgrims, who were driven by a dream of a new life. They were seeking religious freedom in the New World, hoping to escape the persecution they faced in England. The journey was long and arduous, taking 66 days across the treacherous Atlantic Ocean. The ship was small and crowded. Storms battered the Mayflower, making the voyage even more perilous. Many passengers suffered from seasickness, enduring the constant motion of the rough seas. Finally, after weeks of hardship, the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock on December 11, 1620. It was a cold and unforgiving landscape, with winter's chill already setting in. The Pilgrims had arrived just as winter was beginning, adding to their challenges. They faced the daunting task of building a new life in this unfamiliar land with limited resources and knowledge. The Pilgrims were determined to survive, working together to overcome the harsh conditions. They'd come too far to give up now, their perseverance and faith driving them forward in their new home. The first winter in Plymouth was brutal. The Pilgrims were unprepared for the harsh conditions. They lacked adequate shelter and food. Many suffered from exposure and disease. By spring, half of the Mayflower passengers had perished. Those who survived were weakened and demoralized. They persevered, clinging to hope and their faith. The Pilgrims knew they needed help to survive in this new land. Little did they know, help would come from an unexpected source. The Pilgrims' fortunes changed when they encountered Squanto. Squanto was a Native American who had learned English. He had been captured by English traders and taken to Europe. He eventually made his way back to his homeland. Squanto belonged to the Wampanoag tribe. This tribe lived in the area where the Pilgrims had settled. Squanto acted as an interpreter between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag. He taught the Pilgrims how to cultivate the land. He showed them how to plant corn, beans, and squash. He also taught them how to fish and hunt in the region. This knowledge proved invaluable to the Pilgrims' survival. Section 4, the first Thanksgiving, a harvest feast of gratitude. With the help of Squanto and the Wampanoag, the Pilgrims thrived. Squanto, a member of the Patuxet tribe, taught the Pilgrims essential survival skills. He showed them how to cultivate corn, extract sap from maple trees, catch fish in the rivers, and avoid poisonous plants. The Wampanoag tribe, under the leadership of Chief Massasoit, provided crucial support and guidance. Their first harvest was bountiful. The Pilgrims were overjoyed with the abundance of crops they had managed to grow. They harvested corn, beans, squash, and other vegetables which were essential for their survival through the harsh winter months. They decided to hold a feast to celebrate their good fortune. The Pilgrims wanted to give thanks for the successful harvest and the help they had received from the Wampanoag. They invited the Wampanoag, who had become their allies and friends. The invitation was a gesture of gratitude and a way to strengthen the bond between the two groups. The feast lasted for 3 days. It was a grand celebration filled with feasting, games, and entertainment. Both the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag participated in various activities, sharing their cultures and traditions. The Pilgrims and the Wampanoag feasted on wild turkey, deer, fish, and the fruits of their harvest. They also enjoyed other foods such as corn, beans, squash, and various berries. The feast was a true representation of the bounty of the land. This event, in the fall of 1621, became known as the First Thanksgiving. It was a historic moment that symbolized cooperation and mutual respect between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag. It was a time for both groups to give thanks. They expressed their gratitude for the successful harvest, the new friendships formed, and the peace that had been established. They were grateful for the harvest and for the peace that existed between them. The celebration was a testament to what could be achieved through cooperation and understanding. The first Thanksgiving marked a moment of cooperation and friendship between two very different cultures. It set a precedent for future generations to come together in times of need and to celebrate their shared successes. Section 5, a national tradition, Thanksgiving through the centuries. The tradition of Thanksgiving continued through the years, evolving and adapting with each generation. From the early days of the Pilgrims and Native Americans sharing a feast, the essence of gratitude and community has remained a constant. It was celebrated sporadically in different colonies and states, each adding their own unique customs and traditions to the holiday. Some regions focused on religious observances, while others emphasized communal feasts and gatherings. In 1863, amidst the turmoil of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln issued a proclamation. Recognizing the need for unity and healing, he sought to bring the nation together through a shared day of thanks. He declared Thanksgiving a national holiday, setting the precedent for an annual celebration. This proclamation marked a significant moment in American history, as it aimed to foster a sense of national unity and gratitude. He called for a unified nation to give thanks for their blessings, despite the hardships and divisions of the time. This call to gratitude and reflection resonated deeply with the American people. Today, Thanksgiving is celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November in the United States. It has become a cherished tradition, eagerly anticipated by families and friends across the country. It remains a time for families and friends to gather, share stories, and create lasting memories. The holiday serves as a reminder of the importance of togetherness and appreciation. They share a meal, often including turkey, which has become a symbol of the holiday. The traditional feast is a highlight, bringing everyone together around the dinner table, stuffing and pumpkin pie. These dishes, along with other family favorites, make the meal special and unique to each household. Thanksgiving is a time to reflect on the year gone by, to acknowledge both the challenges and the triumphs. It is a moment to pause and appreciate the journey. It is an opportunity to express gratitude for the good things in life, to recognize the support of loved ones, and to give thanks for the simple joys that often go unnoticed. The spirit of Thanksgiving, rooted in gratitude and unity, continues to resonate with people across the nation. It is a time to come together, to celebrate our shared humanity, and to look forward with hope and thankfulness.